Breakups are so difficult to deal with, especially when you're on the receiving end of the breakup. When you're receiving that, it's over text. I remember my first breakup. I think I was 15 or 16. I can recall all the feelings I felt when I got that text from my then boyfriend. At that time, it honestly felt like my world had ended. I felt like a failure because I honestly felt like I done every single thing that I could to make the relationship work, and I also just felt so embarrassed and ashamed because people knew that we were dating, and now it was a thing of people are going to know that we're not dating anymore, and at the same time it's probably my fault that we're not together anymore because he dumped me. When someone breaks up with you in society, you're automatically the wrong one in the picture, which could be true and could be false. I realized though that almost everything was in my head. No one was actually thinking about the breakup as much as I was, and I was right to think about it because it was my relationship that had ended. It was my relationship that I had to mourn at that point in time. And I must say, when I received that text, I gracefully accepted the text. My response was so graceful in the sense that I responded in a kind manner. I wish you all the best in the future with your partner or whoever you're gonna be with. And I felt like for me that was me releasing the relationship in a very graceful manner. But I just want to contrast this to breakups now when I'm older. It's so different because at that point in time I did feel the urge to fight for the relationship and do whatever, but at the same time something in me held me back. I think deep down I know that what's meant to be will be, and what's not meant to be, I should not force things because then I'm just going to be burning myself, then I'm just going to be hurting myself intentionally. So now as an adult experiencing breakups, it's very different because now I'm in a point where I want to engage with people when they break up with me. I want to understand, why is this happening, you know? To enjoy life and to have more meaning in life, you need to ask the right questions there and then. So I really do take pride in conversing with the person that is sending the message, like, it's over. Okay, can we talk about this? Like, why do you say it's over? Because also I'm at a point where I understand that people change, people grow, in the sense that people can have different interests. People can be attracted to different people as they grow. For example, if you take me for example, I'm not interested in my high school boyfriend anymore because I'm interested in different things and different people who like different things. He's not my type anymore, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying he's a bad person or whatever the case may be, but what I'm saying is that my interests have changed as I have also grown. So with that being said, I'm saying that when someone breaks up with me, I want to understand what has changed, and it's never in the sense of what did I do wrong, because sometimes it's not really about what you did wrong or what you didn't do wrong or what you did right or what you didn't do right. Sometimes it's just a thing of people are moving countries or people got jobs in different countries. It's just complicated. And just to add on to that, when someone dumps me, I don't really like the word dumping because like someone is dumping me. So when someone ends things with me, I would say I'm more accepting of the situation than I would be when I was young as a teenager. That's also because as a teenager I honestly thought that was the best for me. I had not been exposed to other people, other different types of people, other options in life. But now growing up and seeing that, you know what, people come and go, relationships come and go, it's okay for me to accept a breakup because there's always something better at the end of the tunnel. That's just my personal belief. But this is now how I deal with breakups as an adult. I journal about them. So I take my journal and I start writing in I statements. I statements are very, very powerful in the sense that it's not you being angry at the person for leaving you because you did 1, 2 and 3 for them. Because also my thing is, when I'm in a relationship or whatever type of relationship, whatever type of setting, I never do things with an expectation of getting a VIP seat in someone's life. I just do things because I just want to do them. I do them from the goodness of my heart. When you're journaling an I statement, it's basically you writing a letter to that person, letting them know how you feel about the breakup, about what they did. Because as much as you can have that conversation with the person, chances are that you will still feel those feelings of being in pain, feeling like a failure, feeling embarrassed, feeling ashamed, because it's natural. And that's one thing that I really love about mindfulness. It teaches you how to deal with feelings. It tells you that it's okay to accept feelings and let them go. You know, you don't need to fight such feelings because you want to seem better or you want to seem strong. I personally have retired from that strong woman whatnot. I'm just like, I'm gonna be weak. And the beautiful thing about being weak is that it doesn't last forever. Like, the best part about journaling is that right now I can go through my journals and I see things that I wrote like a year ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've grown. I don't feel this pain anymore. I don't feel this way anymore. You realize that feelings do change over time, and once you've realized that, it's easier for you to accept situations and deal with your feelings better. I think just this method of tracking your feelings helps you to realize that not every situation is permanent. And that just takes me to a point that I want to raise, which is a point by Louise Hay from one of her books, which I think is You Can Heal Your Life, if I'm not mistaken. So what she says in that book is that we need to understand that people are not meant to be in our lives forever. And I know this is shocking, especially because people think that when they say the vows, people are going to be in their lives forever, which is cute. I mean, forever is also subjective. But she says that people can leave your life in different ways. It's either they can break up with you, or friendships can end, relationships can end, or they die. With that knowledge, I always know that I just need to embrace the season that I'm in with this person rather than try to make it last forever, because the truth is people do die. So that has also helped me a lot with accepting the situation as it comes. And just another thing is, there's this book by Marianne Williamson, which is A Return to Love. So what she says is that love is unconditional, relationships are not, dating is not. That being said, it takes me back to the point of people are allowed to change their minds about relationships. Imagine now trying to hold on to a relationship because you want this forever with this person. I've realized that holding on to something that doesn't serve you anymore hinders you from growing. And I'm not saying that everyone needs to grow in life or whatever the case may be, but I'm just saying personally for me, I just want to be the best version of my higher self. So if I'm not the best version of my higher self with this person and I keep on staying with this person, I will be doing a disservice to myself, and that is not going to turn out well, because you get what you give, you give what you get, you give what you have. You might probably think that there's something wrong with me because everyone's breaking up with me, which might be true. I'm not negating the fact that I'm not perfect, and I don't even sell myself as someone who's perfect in relationships or has got it all figured out. But my thing is, people experience people in different ways. So I might be in a relationship thinking that, okay, this is my best version, I did my best here, this guy better, you know, put a ring on it. You might find that my intentions weren't purely received by the person that I was in a relationship with. With growing up, I've also realized that breakups are different in the sense that your mind is different, but the feelings are the same. And that has allowed me to be more aware. So if there's anything that you need to take away from this video, is that breakups are normal. People get dumped, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you when someone is dumping you. It doesn't mean that everyone is rejecting you, because I used to think like that. But when I started accepting myself, I realized a lot about breakups. I realized that what's important is just for me to accept myself, and everything else is going to be accepting of me. Secondly, a breakup is always an opportunity to improve yourself, and this can be done by doing research about ways to improve yourself and all these things, and practically applying them in your life before you even get into a relationship with anyone. Just improve your relationship with yourself first. And lastly, which is a very important point, which is, it's just a breakup. Honestly, it's not the end of the world. Don't associate associated with the end of the world. Also, another thing is, it's gonna get better. After 3 months, things are gonna feel different. You're not gonna feel the same way. Even if you think you feel the same way, I am telling you, you'll be feeling a different way than you were when you first got that text. And if you want to, you can burn that letter that you're gonna be journaling to your ex or whoever. For me personally, I like to keep it because I always want to see the growth, how my mind has changed, how I have improved in processing certain situations in my life. It's always up to you, but you don't need to give it to them. It's for you to just release your feelings of feeling like you've been rejected. That has been my video talking to you about how I got dumped and how I've dealt with it. I hope you found something from this video. I hope you have a wonderful day or a wonderful night. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I love you guys so much. I appreciate everything that you do, commenting, liking, engaging with my content. I really am grateful for it. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and don't forget to be anything that you want to be.